Hi everyone, welcome to another 2020 edition of my Blu-ray collection. I've switched rooms since last time and I have bigger shelf space now so that I can show off more Blu-rays, and I have a way bigger collection now, so I just want to show you shelf by shelf. The thing is, this is going to be a long video, so I'm going to split this up into different parts. The last one I put up was a little blurry because it was such a long video, so I'm going to try to do this one little shelf at a time and then see how it goes. Few things is I'm gonna link my Instagram below. Please follow for similar movie related pictures, and subscribe if you like the videos. Any comments on films or such, or the collection, or things I should get, are definitely welcome below. And some of my Blu-rays are in plastic wraps from back then and I just haven't taken them off, so you'll just see that as well. Let me start by moving these Funkos out of the way. So I have two Bells from Beauty and the Beast, Audrey Hepburn, and one from Clueless. So I'm gonna get these out of the way first so they don't interfere. And right here is a Church's Love is Dead cassette tape that came with one of their deluxe albums for Love is Dead. I'm a big fan of their music as well. So move that out of the way. Hopefully things don't fall on me. I'm gonna start off first with pickups that came in the mail today. First is 1 Hour Photo. This is a wonderful Robin Williams performance in a villainous role, and one of his best actually. I'm very excited to watch this. Got it for a good price as well, because from what I've seen, the copies of that aren't that cheap. The French Connection, I got this by mistake because I didn't realize I ordered this twice. So I have another one with a different cover, but I'll probably keep this one because this is the signature series one. This film is great, with one of the best car chases in films that I've ever seen. And then we have Zoolander, the blue steelbook. I really like the look of this steelbook and find this film funny. The sequel is actually atrocious, so I'm definitely not going to be getting that one. And then last but not least, from today's pile, Honeymoon. I'm a big fan of Rose Leslie, and I think seeing her in a lead role here was pretty good. Film is pretty good as well. Okay, so that was that. So let's start with these box sets first. Hope I don't knock anything over. The Alfred Hitchcock Ultimate Collection. So this is a box set that has a bunch of titles. It has, all the ones that we know from him: Rear Window, North by Northwest, Psycho, The Birds, Vertigo, and such. There's a lot of films in this collection. I'm not going to go through all of it, but I think if you're a fan of him, fan of his work, this is one that you have to pick up. I'm a big fan of him. He's one of my favorite directors ever. This is a box that I still kind of need to get to. We'll see when that happens. Here's a custom made Are You Afraid of the Dark complete 7 seasons, made by a seller on YouTube, I believe, and he did a really good job with this. It has all the episodes, pretty good quality, functions well. This is a really good set to have. It's one of my favorite shows from my childhood. Avatar. This is an extended edition. I got this used. It's an okay film, mostly known for its visuals. Visually it's stunning. Story is a little I don't know if we need all the sequels for this film, but we're apparently gonna get them. See, maybe if I move these out of the way, nothing falls, that would be great. Audrey Hepburn collection. I'm a big fan of Audrey Hepburn. One of my favorite actresses ever. And this one has Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is amazing film. I read the book as well, love it. Funny Face and Sabrina, both are fantastic as well. She's such a great actress. I wish they had a bigger set with her films, but I've collected a lot of her individual films anyways, so you'll see them throughout this video. Alien 6 film collection. I'm a big fan of Alien and Aliens. Both are interchangeably great. One is a great sci-fi horror film, and when the other one is a great action film. Alien 3 is okay. 4, Resurrection, I don't care too much for. Prometheus I like, and I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it's okay, and visually it looks great. And Covenant was just a disappointment for me. But that's a great set to have if you're a fan of the series. Batman, the motion picture anthology. This has Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. Batman's great. Batman Returns is better. The Tim Burton version, I really like that film. Forever is great in the sense of nostalgia purposes. I really like that film from my childhood. I've had it on VHS, DVD, now Blu-ray. And Batman and Robin just sucks. Like that. There's no excuse for that one. The Before trilogy, Richard Linklater trilogy here with Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke. Wonderful. All three films are great. I can't even choose which one I like best. I'm so glad Criterion has taken this out. I've not watched it since it's been released, but that is one to watch. Now let's start with the regular titles. Everything here is alphabetized. I know some people like splitting things up with Criterion and such. I've decided to just do alphabetizing. And this is going to be really tight. Let's see. First film up is 2 Days in New York. I just saw this recently as well. This is a great film. Julie Delpy directed this film. 2 Days in Paris is great as well. I wish that was released on Blu-ray, but unfortunately that does not seem to be the case. So move this over there. 3:10 to Yuma. I've actually watched this recently as well. Wonderful Western. Russell Crowe is fantastic in it, and I think the two play off each other very well here. I know there's an original version which I have not seen, but it's a James Mangold film as well, and a lot of people like Logan, so this is one of his earlier films, and it's just great. I have a few 4-film collection favorites. So here is Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas, and Beer Fest. The first one's fantastic. I love that film. I love watching it with my cousin, and it's funny. It's always funny. Second one is okay. Good jokes. Some of them land, you know. Harold and Kumar Christmas, not too big on, and Beer Fest I don't really like. I think the director of Beer Fest also did Super Troopers, which I find better than Beer Fest. Another 4-film favorite. This one is a Matthew McConaughey collection. I like Failure to Launch and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. They're pretty good rom-coms, and you know, obviously Matthew McConaughey is known for much better stuff after this, but those two I like. Fool's Gold is pretty bad, you know, it just came with this. And Magic Mike, I don't really care about that film. And then the last of the 4-film collections is a Tim Burton one with Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow, Corpse Bride, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I already have Beetlejuice and Sleepy Hollow. Corpse Bride I've watched once. I don't remember it that well. And Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I hate that one. It's not very good at all. It's closer to the book, but Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is vastly superior than that one. That one was just weird. 2 titles from Vinegar Syndromes. So it's 5 films, 5 years, Golden Age of Erotica. You can just read the titles. I'm not really going to read them off. It's pretty... Vinegar Syndromes releases some other titles, you know, you wouldn't normally see. So there's that. And now let's go straight into my first Criterion. One of the first Criterions I've actually bought as well. So this is 12 Angry Men. Really wonderful film. Best courtroom type film that I've ever seen, actually. Even though it takes place in a jury deliberation room, I've actually been on a jury myself, so seeing you know, the cast actually acting this one out, it's a fantastic film. Well written, makes you think, extremely rewatchable. 10 Cloverfield Lane. I'm a huge fan of Cloverfield. I have that in my collection as well. 10 Cloverfield Lane was well acted for most of the duration of the film. John Goodman especially was great. Ending is a little iffy, but overall it's a good film. They followed it up with Cloverfield Paradox, which I thought was awful, and I'm not really looking forward to wherever they're trying to go with the directions of that. 10 Things I Hate About You, which is a really great teen comedy. You got young Heath Ledger, young Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and young Julia Stiles in this, but really quotable, really memorable, very rewatchable. Saw this one in theaters, 20th Century Women. Well, really good film. Greta Gerwig is great in it. Elle Fanning is great in it. I'm a big fan of Elle Fanning, so you'll see a lot of Elle Fanning titles in my collection. Now we've got a triple feature of 300, Troy, and Alexander Revisited. 300 was one of Zack Snyder's better films. Troy is the best film in these 3 for me. I like the cast, I like the story. Kind of follows the Iliad, maybe a little bit of the Odyssey as well, which I like. I like Greek mythology stuff, so Troy is up there. Alexander Revisited, not so much. Not that big a fan of this film. This is the final cut, but I don't really, I lose interest during that one. Here's one that's interesting throughout. 1917, a film from 2019, and probably my favorite film of 2019. Probably, maybe not, but up there. It's wonderful cinematography in this film. One of the best war films I've seen. Everything is portrayed as a single shot, so it's just a fantastic journey, well acted, very emotional. Sam Mendes' best film, I'd say. I probably would say that. 1984, a film based on the book, which I really like. Once I saw the book, I had to check out the movie. Movie was great. This is a nice Criterion release. I think the movie follows the book well enough, and it's a good one if you have not seen it. A disaster film that I watch every now and then. 2012, a Roland Emmerich film. It's stupid, it's cheesy, but vastly entertaining, and that's all we were looking for with that one. Roland Emmerich is good at that. A Simple Favor. I love Anna Kendrick. I met her. I love her book. I love her films. She's such a great person. And this is a great title with her and Blake Lively in it. Really comedic kind of film. A little bit of mystery in there as well. Yes, come out. Probably the best Tyler Perry film, and the only one I have in my collection right now. He's kind of hit or miss, but I like Why Did I Get Married as well. Maybe I'll get that one day. But Taraji P. Henson is fantastic in this film. She just blows it out of the park with this one. Vastly entertaining film, that one. Watch it. I saw this one like 2 times in the last 2 months. The Adjustment Bureau. I like it. Clever little story. Matt Damon and Emily Blunt have really good chemistry in this film, and that's like one of the highlights of it. This looks like a Ryan Reynolds triple feature. So there's Adventureland, which I don't remember too well, Waiting, which I thought was funny the first time I saw it, and Van Wilder, which I like. These plastic slips are getting annoying. This is a really good teenagers kind of 80s film, Adventures in Babysitting. So fun to watch. Just a nice atmosphere with that film. Here's another one of my favorite films from 2019, Ad Astra, with Brad Pitt. I think Brad Pitt is good in it. I think what I really like about this film is that it's a space film that feels realistic, and it's one of the few space films that really take you further into the solar system, like back up to like the Neptune, Uranus, in the vast areas of the solar system. I'm a big astronomy fan of space and such, and I think this one packs a nice emotional weight, and it just looks wonderful in theaters. I don't have a 4K player, but if I did, I think that would be like a title that I'd go for right away. Ain't Them Body Saints. This film is by David Lowery. He also did Ghost Story, which I really like. This film has Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara. I love Rooney Mara. I think she's such a great, underrated actress, and I have a lot of her stuff in this collection. So here's one that I really like the humor of, Airplane. I think it's a funny film, very quotable. I like that humor that Airplane brings, but not a lot of films can get it right. Airplane 2, the sequel, kind of treads the same ground, but still, it's okay. The Diamond Edition of the animated Aladdin, which I really like. One of the best Disney films. I think it's just perfect. Very watchable. And then the live action Aladdin, which I really liked as well. It's a nice steelbook. Well cast, I think. Apart from Jafar, who I thought was overreacting at times. They probably could have cast a better Jafar. But Will Smith was good in it as the genie. I didn't think he would be from the trailers, but I think he did a fine job. That is also pretty rewatchable. Now I've got a few titles of variations of Alice in Wonderland. So let's start with the oldest one, 1933 release of Alice in Wonderland. Pretty trippy film by today's standards, but enjoyable. I like the story. I've read Alice in Wonderland and the second one, which what Alice saw there, or Through the Looking Glass or something. But that's a fair adaptation. Next one is a weird one by it's a bootleg copy, so I don't think anyone would really just find it that I got online. This is the Alice in Wonderland X-rated musical comedy. Yeah, so that's there. And then more child friendly here, Alice in Wonderland, the animated version. One of my favorite slips. Looks wonderful. Really great film. Can't knock that one. And then this is the worst. Sorry. It just takes a lot of energy to do this. Alice in Wonderland live action with Johnny Depp. Pretty good film, I'd say. I know a lot of people don't like this one, but I think it does what it needs to do. It's a fair adaptation as well. So annoying. And then the sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass, which doesn't follow, the book very much, but I think it's pretty good. It's a good adaptation. I know a lot of people don't like these films, but for me, it's entertaining enough. Another Alice film that's not related to Alice in Wonderland, finally. So this is Alice, Sweet Alice, the Arrow release. Really good horror film. One that I try to watch every October. I like that release. And then we have Alita Battle Angel. When I saw this in theaters, I was really surprised by it. Robert Rodriguez did this film. I thought it was going to be bad, but it was actually immensely entertaining. If they decide to do a sequel to this, I'm on board because I really like that film. But let me just take another one of these out. It might be easier. Hopefully that makes it easier to get in. Okay. A Digibook of All About Eve, which is a classic film by with Bette Davis. Really well acted. Probably won the Academy Award for this film. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised though, but it is a great film. Another great film, Almost Famous, which is a Cameron Crowe film. This one is a UK release. I'm not sure if it's like the bootleg edition or not. I haven't really checked it out, but it works here. It's region free. Great film. Another great film is Amadeus, a film based on Mozart and his rivalry. This is a wonderful release. Look at this Digibook. Lovely film, great acting, great cinematography. Another film that I have not opened yet is Amélie, the French film. I've seen it before. Really great film. Very enjoyable, very fun to watch. Yeah, I've not opened it. I do want to rewatch that one though. American Beauty. This is gonna start like the American series now. Great Sam Mendes film. Wonderful acting. Very iconic now, and I think it deserves all the praise that it gets. Another great American film is American History X. I rewatched this recently, and this is extremely rewatchable. Each time you just get so into it. Edward Norton's great in it. Edward Furlong. After Terminator 2, I thought he was going to be big. Wasn't the case. Kind of just fell off after this film, I guess. But this is a really remarkable film that is still relevant today because of its social and racial content. American Honey, wonderful film as well. Sasha Lane came out of nowhere, basically got into acting with this film, and Shia LaBeouf is wonderful in this. Shia LaBeouf is just a great actor. I'm not afraid to say it. I know he's kind of weird in the media and stuff, but dude is amazing. American Hustle, another great film. Look at that cast. That cast is fantastic. This is a David O. Russell film, and a well-written film. The American Pie 4-movie collection, which has American Pie, American Pie 2, American Wedding, and American Reunion. I like the first two. Wedding is okay. Reunion is pretty good. I think they did a good job with that. And then I have like the non-main character American Pie films. So there's Bandcamp, which came out recently. The Naked Mile also came out this year, I think. and The Book of Love, which was pretty bad. I think there's another one called Beta House, which is not on Blu-ray to my knowledge. One of my favorite films of all time is American Psycho. I've read the book and I love the book. The movie is also fantastic. This is my favorite Christian Bale performance of all time, and it probably will always be. Extremely rewatchable. Here is a really good comedy by Adam McKay. Will Ferrell, one of his best films. Very funny film. This includes the Wake Up Ron Burgundy, which is kind of like an outtake type movie, which isn't as good, but you know, this one was great. I'm sad to say the sequel is also not as good. Anchorman: The Legend Continues. There's some parts that are really funny, and then other parts that where I'm, where it's like not funny at all. But you know, I had to kind of complete that collection. Annie. So this film is one that I actually do like. I'm not that fond of the original. I don't think I want the original, but the main reason I got this is I like the music in there, one, and two is this is shot in my college, John Jay, and it was being shot there at the time that I went to the college. So, you know, I actually got to see Kavanjane Wallace's stunt double in the office that I worked. So that was pretty cool, and Jamie Foxx was also around shooting. So this has more like a kind of like a nostalgic tie, but it's not a bad film. I have the entire Marvel series. It's just separated by name. So Ant-Man is the first title in the collection. It's a nice steel book. I like Paul Rudd in that role, and he really brings it in that role, which makes it more entertaining. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp. You can take your pick which one you like better. This is a nice steel book. I think this film is better. The Apartment, really good comedy from the 50s, I believe, with Shirley MacLaine. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's so well written. And then we have a typical Luc Besson film. So this is Anna. His films kind of feel very similar, but this is a pretty enjoyable film. I wish I got this with the slipcover. Here's one that maybe not everyone has heard of, Anna and the Apocalypse. This is such a good film. I had to get this in the UK because you know, I don't think they released it here apart from DVD. This is so well acted. It's a musical about zombies attacking during Christmas, so this could be like a zombie film, a Halloween film, or a Christmas film. So well acted. The music is amazing in this as well, and I really like the slip. I think it's the same cover. Yeah, such a good film. Speaking of great films, Annihilation is fantastic. This is a film by Alex Garland, the director of Ex Machina. He did a wonderful knock out of the park job with Annihilation as well. I love this film, and I think the more you watch it, the more you learn about it. Had to get this classic on steelbook, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. It's been a while since I've seen this, so I can't really comment on the quality. I can comment on the quality of this one though. Apocalypto, Mel Gibson's best film ever. This is such an engorging, entertaining, tense film. Absolutely fantastic from beginning to end. I had to get this when it was very rare, so I paid a pretty penny for it. I know it's out again, but you know, I would do it again. I think it's a great film. Apollo 13 Steelbook. This one came out pretty recently from Best Buy. Pretty good Ron Howard film. I'm very into films about space. DCEU's Aquaman. You know, pretty good film. I'm not too fond of a sequel. It's one of the better films that they have, but I don't really care that much for a sequel. Aquamarine is a great film, honestly. I'm a big fan of Sarah Paxton, and this film is, you know, lighthearted, very fun to watch. I like that one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this video here, and then we're gonna do shelf by shelf different videos. So thank you for watching this one. Check back for part 2. Thank you.